Yo, what's up? Stingham and John in the house on Monday,
Dobbs.
March 20th,
Dobbs,
2023.
the DJ Dobbs.
What's going on, John?
Another day. Another day.
Man, what a freaking day. The
Dobbs, we're from the
night,
future,
the
Dobbs.
night paid Stingham all night long. Stingham stayed up till about 5 a.m. this morning. Stingham took it down, Stingham took it up a little bit. And I had all I could take. I had to just crash.
Yeah.
It was over with. Let's get in some charts. You want to?
Yes, sir.
Everybody's just chomping to get the video. Can't wait to get it.
Got him waiting, Dobbs. Let's
Huh?
start with we start on the daily. Let's do our daily chart, Dobbs. Let's go back to the daily. Boom. Started with the daily. It's a lot on this chart right now because I have it set up just for today. And here goes the infamous big candle right here on the yearly. I flipped the market to the top side. The infamous candle. I think this is when they started coming back on going from 50 basis points to 25 around that time. Yeah, it's around that time. Anyway, well, that's when they announced it at least.
Right.
Anyway, so let's go back to it. On Friday, we closed below it. And as you see right now, this is Friday's candle. We closed below it. Oh my God, we were struggling to get up there. Below the halfback coming into midnight. We knew that this halfback right here was crucial. You know, it kept failing it during New York, and they were not closing above it. So what does Asia want to do? Asia want to go up there and get the same price.
Yep.
You want to get that halfback.
Called it, man.
Yeah.
Told them it's going to drop
Yep.
in the London Open last night. Give them the
Same
clue.
play, same thing. They went up there. They got that price. Let's go into the smaller time frame. But as we see, they're still buying.
I was salivating. I don't know if anybody else was salivating, but I was salivating.
They're still buying. We're here. Staying on line. Boom. 200 right here. Look at the 200. Holding still before we were underneath it. Coming into the New York Open. Very dangerous play coming to New York Open at the lows. But was it a buy or was it a sell? Let's find out. Let's go into a small time frame. Let's start with a 15-minute. And let's go back because Friday we didn't have much of range, but we were still trending to the downside. So how was it? We went up here to the 151 area from London's close range on Thursday. We said we're going to hold the range from prior day because we had no range, right? Going into Asia, we went right back up, popped up to this price at 79, right? This is also the price of that big candle right up there into Asia. They sold it here at the same price. What did Asia do? They got the same price as New York did. This is New York's open. Well, not really. Yeah, this is New York's open right here. And they sold it. So what's Asia going to do? Repeat the same thing that New York did. Boom, sold it. What's London doing? Well, London's going to sell it into their, at this point, London was already below the lows. So as this sold into midnight for the continuation, look, we went to the halfback of London's close range. We got rejected. We came back to the low as New York was holding itself steady right here at the 200, right? And we had a gap up, right? So it made us above Asia's range right here. We were above Asia's range, but we got to London's halfback. Is it what's king? London's close range high. That is our high. So we got a high, we got a low, we got a halfback. Oh my God. From prior day. So think about it. It came up here, got almost same price. Asia said, well, we're not taking it higher. Let New York do that. Boom, sold it off. Coming into midnight, they sold it more. Why? Because we already hit London's close range at the highs. Where are we going to go? London's close range at the lows. As we come down here, we come up, we pop back up a little bit to hit it. Look at this, at 1 a.m. Now, I don't trade this time frame. Dobbs stood up for this, and it was a payday. Boom, straight down, right? Where do we go? We went right through this London's close range low that we didn't hit on Friday. So we took out the low. Where are we going? Are we buying at the lows? No, not until another market opens. And we went right back to New York's open right here, which is crucial. So London opening at the lows, very important because we're going to go back on a bigger time frame right now, just to put that in perspective, right? And I said it in the chat this morning. I said, hey, London at the lows. Do not try to sell this down. Why? Let's do London at the lows. We got London at the lows right here, right? They bought it up, right? London's not at the lows here, but they're at the highs. They sold it, right? London at the low. Nope. London up here at the highs. What they do? Right here. They sold it, right? But let's look over here. London at halfback right here. What did they do? They bought it. Look at this low. Look at this low. They bought it, right? London at the highs. They sold it. London at the lows. This was prior to all this mess here. This is from this high to this low. They bought it. London bought it here. London bought it here. London did what here? They bought it. And London's close range is right here. So they bought the lows. We do not sell when London's at the lows.
Looks to
London at
me
the
London
highs.
was buying the lows. What does it look like to you?
They're buying the lows. They're buying the lows. So it was a buy down here.
Think
Once
about
again,
it,
this is
guys.
3
Buy
a.m. This
low,
is
sell high. We don't, what's London doing? They're doing the same thing. They're selling high, they're buying low.
hey, fix your mic up a little bit, Dobbs. You're a little bit far off.
Okay.
At the lows, they're bought. So that's what I said in the chat this morning. I say, hey, listen, we're above London's close. I mean, London's open. London's close is right here. Guess where they took it? They took it right up there. Got right back to London's close, right? When we got here, they did not sell this price because they didn't sell on Friday. So what did New York do? So I said exactly in the chat what it was going to do. We were going to go see 59. Boom, hit 59 into the open. I took this play long from here to here because they weren't selling, they were buying. I said, well, the open is going to produce 3 candles and then we're going to go sweep the high, which was the Asia high right here. And it literally did that. Now, this is the high. This is Asia's 151. But they went all the way up there, hit that price, came back down, and then at their close, they sold. Now, this was not a complete sell off. And I said, be careful with this sell off. All they're doing is holding price, holding price. I said, hey, be careful because they keep buying. What was that price? 76. They kept holding 76 for long. That I said, hey, look at the time. It's still holding 76. It was still in a big sell at that time, but they were holding. I don't even think it was 76. Let's see what price it was because this is a 30 minute.
Can you hear me better now?
You're still a little far off, Dobbs. Let's go back to it. Here it goes. Let's do London's close because I got this to 59 and then that was it for me because the market was opening. I said, you know what? I'm not sure what New York's going to do. Maybe they'll come back here and go sideways like they did on the 200 to the close. When I saw the move up, I said, hey, and me and Dobbs were on the phone. I said, hey, they're selling this. I said, I'm going to position myself for a sell. I'm not buying until time. And that's why I put in the chat. I said, time is going to play a key here. This was already moved down, but I was selling on the move back up, right? I sold up here at 82. I told you guys it's going to be a sell at 82. That it didn't hit this halfback on the 30 minute. I said it was very important that we go back up there, but they did play with it. And that's why it's crucial to see that they were not selling it though. As it went into the net right there, it hit all the lows. So it became a sell. But when it bounced back up here, I said, hey, 82 something is going to be, it's probably going to be a sell into time. And it literally was that right here. But you had to be cautious with it. Why? Because of time. They held it up there for a long period of time. And I'm showing you 76 I kept talking about right here. They just kept buying it, buying it, buying it, buying it. Pulled back up and then it finally sold down to a low. When it hit down here, I was not selling anymore. Why? Because of this big candle right here. We came back up. We failed this halfback, came back down to this halfback, held. And I said into the close, we might go see the highs and it could run. Why? Because we were above price here. We were above a lot of stuff. So today we literally went from high to low, right? From prior high to low. Let's take these fibs, put it on here. We were above halfback on the daily of prior day, right?
Yep.
And we got above. Hold on. This is Friday's candle. Hold on. That's wrong too. This is Friday's candle actually, right here. So at that price, they're holding halfback, and the highs up here of the day. So it could go up there and sweep that high. This is literally where we're headed next.
And what
The
did it
high from
do?
prior day is up here.
Made a low,
Huh?
made a higher low, made a
Man,
higher low.
you sound like a professional. Like the mic's right next to you.
Am I too loud now?
Nah, you're just like really mellow. It's funny as hell though.
Like,
Anyway,
yo,
so
what's up, man? It's
if we
Dr.
took
DJ
yeah, that's
Dobbs.
exactly how you sound. We took this low right here, and that halfback right there, it was a sell right there into Asia. But look where we're at right now. Does it look like a sell?
Hell no.
And if you take this low right and that low, look at it. Why aren't we below that halfback? It was very dangerous into the open. Why was I buying here? Because we were high, low. We just broke structure right here. Where was our target? This high. Look how New York hit it. It's right in the chart. New York hit it. Now, could this have gone down and failed that halfback? Yes, but I was already out. I wasn't trying to see it. But when it came up here and London was selling, we had other things that were telling us to sell up here. Why? Because they did the same thing up here when it came right back up to this particular candle, as in the video that we posted from this weekend. It went up it right up into this price, swept it, and came back down. I did not get this sell like this because I wasn't trading. I just got back to the office. I did sell up here
And look what
because of
we
this,
had. And look what we
but
had
I
up
covered
here.
right down here. You could take the sell, you could take the buy. Is at the time that you're trading. As this started going on to 2 o'clock, I said, "Whoa, this is dangerous. This is probably gonna go take out them highs." So this could have, right here, this could have been back here, but it did
Yes.
not do that.
Yes, absolutely.
So it did not do that. And the fact that we held this high, 151, we are still in a breakout. So it was still in a breakout. And this is the halfback from prior day. This is literally the halfback from this day
Mm-hmm.
on a yearly.
Yep. I
So
used Friday's range. I didn't even draw out the range.
yeah, it's Friday right here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same range that we stood in and then sold off to. So this is literally what we should have been using. If
Thursday.
you
I think
go,
I meant Thursday. I think I still use. I had Thursdays. I didn't
well, that's
redraw
Thursday's
anything.
range,
Yeah.
Dobbs. This is still
Yeah.
Thursday's range
Yeah.
because
Yep.
this happened during yeah, this Thursday or Friday. No, it's Thursday range. This is Friday right here.
Yeah.
That's just the range from prior day. Um, but it's been very easy to do this, even on a 30 minute. Look, you're selling right here. Never get you out. Let's go on a 15 minute. Asia is the time. I mean, you gotta some of this stuff. Once you start getting big accounts, you're gonna do what Dobbs does. Stay up because it's money. It's money right here. If you saw this right here when it popped up here, you had a lot of things say sell up here. Boom, they got the same price. Boom, same area. Boom, sold off. And then boom. I mean, this was no fight. Now this on the way up, you're fighting trend and that's why it's kind of harder to take this long here because this to me would have been a sell. Until it doesn't get there. That's the thing that you can't sell this until you get time. But right here, from how we set up, this was not a sell. That's the hard part. That you have to really be like, well, this is actually a buy. And at that point, if you feel a certain way, your bias is too strong against you, then you need to not trade it or go the other way.
But what
Like
we have
or
though, we had
because
price above
right
Stingham
there,
line. I
it
mean,
just held and bought. It was hard to take that trade.
look at all
Yeah.
them
And that's
wicks.
another thing that I kept
Look
saying.
at
I
them.
said, we're above Stingham line. On a 30 minute, it was changing direction on 30 minute. On a 15 minute, it already did it. already did it. 15-minute was already above it. At that point, we were riding it, and it pulled right back down here, and then it just took off. See, so have a measurable risk, but it would be hard to trade this on a smaller time frame because of the time that it consumed being in that trade. You will be kind of like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna get one of those big candles on the way down. They could do that at any point or time, and this is literally it right here. This is where they did that right here. So it's kind of hard on a smaller time frame to be in this play unless you took it right here at after 8, and then that we held Asia's halfback. So what you possibly want to see here is, yeah, let's go see Asia's halfback and hold, but look how it looks. Small time frame doesn't look that good. Um, is there a lot of risk? There wasn't that much risk. I mean, this is 8 points. This is the killer thing right here. If you waited for this to trend break, maybe, but that's why I'm keen on a 15-minute, like anytime that price is so close. You could see it by the way that the chart looks. Look at the candles; they look tiny. These are 15-minute candles, and they
Why is
look
it
like
tiny?
3-minute candles.
Think about it. Why
So
is it
when you
tiny?
see this type of movement, you have to move. Huh?
I said, think
It's
about
big
why they're
orders,
tiny. Yes,
big
they're getting
orders going
orders
through,
in.
and
Yeah,
they aren't letting
absolutely.
it go.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So at that point, it did do what we talked about in the recap video, and basically did the same thing. Pulled up, and we said it was going to come down to the low, which is this is the low on that because we were failing the halfback of that candle. I think almost at this
Yeah,
price right
because I
here, we were failing the
specifically
halfback right here.
said we could still go down, sweep the low, and still make a higher low by doing that. That was in the video.
And it did just that. So it went up in Asia, and the gap was kind of the clue for that. And once it went up there and they got that price, they were like, I'm selling up here. Once it got up here, let's see, you had possible long right here and way up there. When did it become a sell? And you got price up there. Once it got underneath right here, it was go time. I mean, right here, you start feeling halfbacks. You're at Asia, you start feeling halfbacks right here at this candle. So you got a little confirmation, and you're under sting line, and then you just ride it down. This was just rotted down. It never really look halfback, halfbacks. This pulled up. This was another nice entry to go to sell. And then you gotta look at time. So, as time is developing, are we below halfback? We're still going boom. This was still just a breakdown overnight. And it's sucker people. We kind of said this, that we were holding the 200 until close. There was going to be a possible pop up or drop down as the market opened or closed, and it gapped up. So the fact that it gapped up, it caught a lot of people probably like long in this, and all it did was, okay, well, we're not going to give them that money, and then it did the reversal on them. And also the shorts were probably selling this 200 expecting the drop. So it's every market itself at that point. When London's opening right here, right, you got to think that London sold up here, and they held this price, right? So as their market is opening, what are they thinking? They're thinking we're below the 200. We need to cover. So that cover creates a move up. Remember, they trade options at this time. When the VIX opens, this opens right now, right here. So if you go to a VIX, the VIX opens. That's volatility in the market. But the VIX will be open at this time, I think, for them, because this is when their market opens. Now, is it a huge amount of volume? Yeah, London is. Asia isn't that heavy, but London is. New York has the most amount of volume of options. So what ends up happening is when London closed up here, you gotta understand that these guys end up covering it. It moved price upward because they're like, oh, this is gonna tank, and everybody started buying into their underwater trade right there.
Yep, they had to get out.
They had to get out, and everybody saw that, so they started squeezing them out. That creates this big move. So when this market closes, they're all taking profit into this close. Why? Because we're above, and we're at the same price that New York sold. So at that point, when London closes, New York has to be the driver of what's going on. So if London bought at the lows because they were selling, and they bought here, and they're down here covering, and then everybody bought into them to squeeze them out. You got to think that at this point, New York could literally run it up because they got all the sellers out of this. I mean, all the buyers out of this, and they all became buyers, and now we could squeeze all the sellers. So it's basically the opposite of what people think. Because when people place these option things, it's literally creates more volatility in the market than it should. Because right here, if they were heavy on calls to the upside, if you take that play from the downside up there, right, it'll probably hit one of our targets. But are they ready to send it up there? They're not. So market makers know that. They're like, oh, they're positioning themselves to get there. See, so they knew that, oh, coming into next week, yeah, we'll go take out
Mm-hmm.
this high because that's where London opened. So and London closed held right here, but overnight they want to take everybody's money. So they literally give away the play. They say no, we're not ready for that. Why? Because we want to be at the highs during the Feds, and we can't be to the highs if Wednesday ain't here yet. But look where they're at. So they position themselves to be above halfback, right? Right there. We're above halfback now.
Yep.
Same prices
Which,
here,
which is this
but they took
move
their
here.
money, and then now we're here. So the possibility coming and sweeping this high is very, very possible. And then we have to do another high, low halfback. Um, can they sell it up there? Yeah, they could sell it and then rebuy it again. They just keep doing the same thing. Right now, options trading is horrible. The way it goes, do what we do. There is more money in options, and they know that, and that's why they keep doing this to option traders. Because what they used to do is buy at the close and sell at their open. So if you bought options here at the close, look at the open, New York, you were at the same price.
They didn't make nothing.
Exactly. So now you got to say, am I going to hold on to this or am I going to let it go? Because how it looks, this might tank. That's how they look at it.
And if
This
they
might,
didn't
this,
cut it, look what happened.
yeah. So, and it's not much they're getting because the thing is with options is you're
Time
taking a
decay.
strike up here.
Yep.
When you're here, you're still at zero from here. So, and time actually works against you. So
Yep.
it is where it is. But anyway, it was a good day. Everything worked out. Set up. Um, the chart told the story. Everything on here did exactly what we did in the recap. It went down here, swept the low, reclaimed into London's open, and then it took back off. Our target for tomorrow is probably this high. So we already have a target of this high right here. Um, and it's crucial because of what it's doing right now. Um, can we pull back? Yes. Do I think that we will? I don't think so. I think we'll keep on going. Um, and it'll create a nice little squeeze probably to this high. Also, the other fact is that we held this London's close halfback, and we traded to the downside. So if we traded down here already, right? We already did this area. We have not claimed that area yet. All that we kind of look at right now is this close right here. This and again, look at the range is barely anything, barely anything. We have barely any range. So all we're doing is sweeping high and low. We swept. And another thing is, another key is that 200. So if we go back to 30-minute and we do a 200, okay, let's look at it. Below 200, rejected all the way down. Below 200, came back down, right? Came back down. Over 200. Look, this is Monday. Boom, tank. Tuesday, underneath, came back above into Wednesday, sold off.
Mm-hmm.
Right here, we tested Thursday, boom, and now we're above it. So look what we're doing. held, swept underneath, kind of like this move. So can we get a possible big move like this? Yes, we could. We could come all the way up here, which will be literally that high. And we held 54. So if we're holding 54, we could possibly go see what? This area up here. Within this area right here. If we go
55 to
above the whole number,
96.
yeah, we hold the whole number, we could go up 40 points, which
Yep.
literally puts us up here. And we already did this area. So if price continues to go up, we could possibly see a breakout. Remember, we got above 151, but we did not move that aggressive to the top side. So can London send it? Yes, they can. They could send it all the way to the highs, and at the highs, it'll be a sell because London likes to sell the highs. And can we return back to this price? I think into the Feds will be right here. So yes, we could into Asia carry all the way up and then come all the way back down to that price. And you know why that price is important? Because that'll be reclaiming this high right here. And if we reclaim that high or we trade above there, whichever it does, say that we hold this high like we're holding right now, can we go up there and try to hold it? Because we didn't hold it here, we ain't hold it here, and right here we're finally holding. So the move is possibly to just break out to the top side. But set up and then you'll see it. Do I really care what it does in Asia? Asia does its own thing. I have to trade what I'm doing at the time I'm trading. Take it for granted. It's the hardest market to trade. And you hear me calling the plays, but that's because of years of experience with New York.
Yes.
London, Asia, and London is all Dobbs. So if you're gonna trade that market, I suggest you learn that market because it's easier. I do the hardest about one of the most trickiest market out there.
Yep.
But it is every day. It's in the chat, and it's like calling out what it's gonna do before it happens, not after. So it's one of the hardest market. If you want to trade New York, trade London's close. That's why I didn't trade here. I waited for London's close. What did I do on Friday? I took a long at the lows from London's close. I went long. I took this long from down here for other reasons. I did not sell this high right here. I didn't get into it. I did sell right here, expecting maybe we get a big drop. But the chart told you we got to 151 and it held of 1300 candle and they held the time. That's why I said, oh, they're holding this into time. It's not going to drop anymore.
Right.
So the fact that they don't release it, they did release it nice in London's close, but that doesn't mean it's a sell because we're
Nope.
selling the highs. You have to wait for it to pull back to a place where you want to sell at and then take profit because you easily at 82.75 you got more than 10 points on this drop. So it's very volatile to a point that it's giving you the points you
And
want up or down.
if you waited for the pullback, you still
Yeah.
got some money on the long side.
Yeah, I was more cautious of it because what did it do here? Sold off, right? What did it do here? Sold off. So could we have got that sell off and just keep going? Yeah, we could. But I got my 8 to 10 points right here, and I was good. And that's what I shoot for, 8 to 10 points. And it's not. My risk was 83. If it closed above 83, I was getting out of it. And if you go on a small time frame, let's put a line on 83, right? I had 82.75 was what you call was the price that I was selling at. But above it, I put it above it. Boom, 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 boom. So if I sold 83, 76, I got it once, I got it twice, and then I sold it all the way down to here. No, 76, and then it hit my last one was covered at, I'll have to set up for it, but that's why we set up realistically
Yep.
because I thought
Yep.
we would break here and below again this yearly high. And I said, well, we get below that yearly high. And I put it in the chat earlier. I said, hey, we break below there. And I had a chart about it. I said, we could go right back down here. And maybe we'll chill at the lows with London's close. right down here to London's close. That's where I thought we would do. But they held it in time, and you got to recognize that they aren't selling it because it did exactly what I thought. So I said, hey, what's this looking like? A lower high. All we need to do is break half back right here. And literally, it held half back. So you take that high, you take that low. Look at that. Look how dangerous that got. So yeah, you have to cover it when time comes into it. Was I, oh, now I'm gonna go long? No, because I still had that bias where I thought this might have broke down. I'm not very keen on this being at the highs, but right now it is displaying along to this area up here, and definitely to that high right there.
Absolutely.
It's definitely going at this high because of the London close range. Go ahead, Dobbs. Do it.
All right.
We are done.
Let's get her done. Knowing where price is headed is our edge. We know how the market moves. Yes, we do. We do it every freaking day. Risk into closures. The risk of loss in trading securities, options, futures, and Forex and commodities can be substantial and are not suitable for all investors. You must consider all relevant risk factors, including your own personal financial situations before trading. Do not risk money you cannot afford to lose, guys. You assume the risk of any and all financial investments you make personally, because we do not tell you when to buy or sell at Stangam Trading.
Cause so many time passed by. Don't know why I'm losing my mind. Ego was so strong inside. At this point I just lived a lie. I just lived a lie. I wish I could tell you why. I wish I could feel you again, but I know it's too late, and I know you're away. There's a chance to apologize. Nah, nah, nah. It's a goodbye, just a goodbye. Forever and ever, you'll never come back. Just a goodbye, forever goodbye. I sit in my ride, thinking about you. Drive through the night, I got nothing to lose. Strobe city lights, they can tell me the truth. Tell me what I should do, I got nothing to lose. I got nothing to lose, thinking about you. Drive through the night, I got nothing to lose. Strobe city lights, they can tell me the truth. Tell me what I should do, I got nothing to lose. I sit in my ride. So many time passed by. I saw you last time. This is my last ride. I wish we're gonna see us on the other side.